Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here. This is the first in a series called Challenge Accepted, which is a collaboration between Shannon Allor, who is also known as She's Crafty, and yours truly. What we're going to do is every couple of weeks we're going to select a challenge and we'll each do it and film it and produce a video and then release the two videos together. Pretty simple. This time we've chosen the Mercy Tiara 27-Day Scrapbook Challenge main challenge, which requires a large scenic photo, which I've picked here. A punch or a border punch, and I've got a border punch and I'm going to use it on one of my scraps there. Splatters, I'm going to go with either white or black splatter, so I've got those out. And a stamp. And what I've done, because I film in real time, kind of live style, I do a few things ahead of time. For some of the stamping, I've actually stamped on cardstock and fussy cut them out. I'm going to use these as embellishments. And but I'm going to do one stamp as the title on the main page, so we'll do that live. And the other requirement is pattern paper background. So you may be able to tell that this is a piece of very subtle patterned paper. It's from the Whimsical collection by Paige Evans, and I chose it because it has because it is kind of subtle. The print, the pattern is subtle, but it's also a nice geometric pattern that is interesting to me. So first thing I'm going to do is stamp the title. So here we go, and wish me luck, because my Misty actually touches the little gooseneck that holds my camera. So I'm going to kind of move things around, and I might have thought of that before doing it this way. So it looks like one more try with the stamp and it'll be perfect. The stamp says, "Let's get lost." The story that the page is telling is that this photo was taken by my then 7-year-old granddaughter when we took her on her dream trip to New York City back in 2009. And she came to me this year. She's almost 17. She'll be 17 this week. She came to me this year and said, "Can we go to New York again? And can Ava come with us? I'd love to show her around the city." So we're going to do just that. And the reason that you see this little stamp of a locomotive is we're taking the train. There's a daily train that runs between New Orleans and New York City, and it goes through Atlanta, so we can pick it up in Atlanta, which is near where we live, and we'll ride on into New York City and then traipse around like tourists. So, given this photograph, I thought I'd go with a kind, and the placement of the title, I thought I'd go with a variety of colors. Not quite sure of the placement, but colors and black and white. I like the contrast, and I love black and white diagonal prints, so maybe I can do something like this. And I like these hearts. And I have a couple tags, so I have to be sure that after I get the photo on there, there's a spot to put the tag. So I'm going to assume there will be, and if not, we may just leave them off. But the tags are where I'm going to do my journaling. I'm not going to clutter up the page with any pre-typed or handwritten journaling. I do like my handwriting on my pages, but I do not choose to let it show on this page. I'm going to use this. This is actually a vellum piece. I'm not sure who it's by. It ended up in my stash sometime, and I like that. I think it's tricky to adhere vellum without it showing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll glue it down this way. Make sure I eyeball that. Oops, of course I eyeball it and get it just right. And then I move it. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do this. And then if I overlay that with this piece, that'll hide where I had adhered the vellum. Sometimes I use other tricks. I use an adhesive under where I might be putting an embellishment, a sticker or a piece of ephemera. Okay, and I kind of like, I think this paper is the best one to do the border punch treatment on. Should I do this? That's too long. I think I'll do this. Get that down there where both you and I can see it. And I can't tell you how many times I've messed up these. The bright lights, I have that one all the way to the end, so yay. Do this, punch that there. Okay, it's messed up. Again, I've messed it up, but what I can do, it's meant to kind of look, obviously it looks like torn notebook paper. And when was the last time you tore notebook paper and didn't tear something off of it, right? So we'll do this. Let me kind of get the idea. I'm going to first put the photo down, and then I'll slide this under, and I'd like that to stick down just a tiny bit below where the cross strip is. And then this can go here, and it comes down a tiny bit over that blue part of the cross strip, and then I kind of just stick the heart paper in there. So since I like that placement, I'm going to do a bit of adhesive to keep it in place. I may do more later, and I will definitely pop the photo up on some foam. Let me pull out my fun foam and kind of cut a slice. And just for the record, I use Scrapbook Adhesives Easy Runner Grand white permanent adhesive. And the reason I use it is it sticks to foam, and it really, really, really adheres things. It's kind of opaque. It's not as clear as some of the other adhesives, but it really works well. Let's see if we can figure out where to place that photo. I kind of like, I don't want too much of the black and white sticking out kind of on the end here, nor too much of the coral color. I want the photo at a different orientation. I think that works. And now what I thought I'd do is maybe insert this here, because I'm going to be talking about the fact that this photograph was taken by Katie. And so I think that having a photo-related embellishment, and I'm leaving the stamps uncolored because I like the black and white contrast with colors on the layout. I like that. I can kind of consider that a New York kind of look. It's also a Paris kind of look, so maybe it's just, for me, a traveling kind of look. Let's go with this. Okay, and I think I'll maybe figure out, oh, my photo cluster is moving around after I just bragged on the adhesive. Okay, that's pressed down. I'll figure out where to put this later, because another thing that I want to use is washi tape. There's another challenge, not exactly a challenge, but it's a focus point with For the Love of Pretty Paper and Crafting Out Loud to bust your stash. They concentrate on a stash item every month, and this month it's washi. So I'm going to, I normally would use washi kind of down here in a corner coming off the page, but I did so much of that in Calvin Ball that I thought maybe I'd go for something different. So I'll make it look like it's holding down that sheet of paper. Now, this is a washi that has lots of different travel destinations on it, and I happened to pull the one that had New York City, that featured New York City. And I've got this with this washi tape, which is just a list of all the New York City subway stations. So I thought that would be appropriate. Not quite sure where to put this. This I may do up in a corner. Let me tear that a little more. That's not exactly. Okay, so I've torn it so that it won't look cut, and I'll kind of stick that there, and then I may bling that up a bit. I'm not sure what I want to do there. Maybe I'll do another one like that down here. Okay, so you can see here. Okay. So that's beginning to shape up the way I like it. I thought I would do the tags up here. Maybe at an angle like that. I thought this color is very close to that color, and it matches the hearts that are there. And I'm not a strictly matchy-matchy kind of person, but I didn't want to put it right next to that. So I kind of want to slip it in here behind the black and white, and then I'll move this tag over. So let me cut my ribbon and go with this and tuck this in. Let's see, I'm looking around. Let's see, do I need enamel dots or bling or wood or anything else? This is light on embellishments, but that's somewhat by design in that I have kind of busy papers and a photograph that I want to stand out. By the way, the photograph wasn't a particularly high resolution photo, so I ran it through a filter that sort of pumped up the colors, and on all of this, I guess those are cranes and construction equipment, and it gave them kind of a red accent color, as it did the Statue of Liberty, and some of the shrubbery here, and some of the people on the ground there. And I thought that really kind of set things off. It really made the photograph more important than it actually was had I used it unaltered. So let me get this. And that's, I have scrapped this trip. This trip was taken in 2009. I've scrapped this trip and I've printed books with it, and the original is in probably 2 or 3 different places, and so I thought it would be okay to do this way. Okay, so let me get that so we're not a whole lot of it is showing, and I'm going to keep it straight again. Get this up here. Okay, and I don't have any flowers or anything in particular. I think I may just set this little guy on some pop dots and let it look like it's taking us into town. I'll just do that. Okay, that's it. I think I've got, haven't done my splatters. I think I'm gonna go with black because, and let me put something over the photo cluster. I almost don't care if it gets anywhere else, but not on my photo. I thought having black spots on the pink background would kind of talk about the city, the dirtiness, the beautiful dirtiness of the most wonderful city in the world. So here we go. I've got my large scenic photo, check. My border punch, check. Splatters, check. Stamps, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stamps, including the title. And I've got a pattern paper background. So I think I've satisfied the requirements of the Mercy Tiara Challenge. And I've also included washi in a meaningful way. I chose washi that spoke to the destination of New York City. I will do some journaling that will be hidden by the tag cluster, and I think this is it. So hope you enjoyed this, and if you know some challenges out there that you'd like to see Shannon and me attack, let us know, because challenge accepted.